Is there anybody in your world that when you think of them, you don't have peace of mind? You don't feel neutral or connected and loved?
In this video, I will first explain the tool, and then at 3 minutes and 19 seconds, I'll show you how I use the tool for an example in my life and how it works. Think of an emotionally charged memory, and then tap into your wisdom and fill out the following. Keep adding to it until you feel you've completed the thoughts, feelings, and wisdom associated with the event. So to start off, just write down dear and put the person's name in. And then write in I am so, and you name the emotion and you write it down. And then continue and give yourself whatever time you need. Can't you see? And you should or you shouldn't. And write the memory and the situation out to the best of your ability. Write down what they weren't seeing and write down what they should have done or what they should not have done. Then set the writing aside for at least a few minutes and get your mind focused on something else. When you're ready, come back and flip the pronouns around. Look at the can't you see and turn it into I can see or I couldn't see. Look at the yous, contemplate whether it fits to change them to I's or change things to me, or flip the pronouns around and contemplate when and where might you have done these things. If not in the real world or in the way that this person did it, when might you have done these things in your energy or with your thoughts so that you can see? And then just forgive yourself. Sometimes you couldn't see it. When you forgive yourself, you won't feel disempowered when you see someone else acting that way, and you'll be able to respond from your power. This is not to say that others didn't have a part to play in the past problems. It is to look at your part, forgive yourself for it, and see what you are learning and what you can do next time. That way you won't carry the angst or dread of the situation recurring, because you'll know how to make the best of it. You'll know how to respond to that problem a new way. Had you known better back then, you would have done better. You would have responded powerfully to the other people in this situation. So reread and change the pronouns. Change it to I can see or I couldn't see, and glean your wisdom for your life today. When and where can you apply what you see now in your life today? Maybe not in this situation, maybe in a different situation, on a different goal. But there is wisdom to be gleaned in flipping this around. So give yourself some time, change your pronouns, breathe, and let your memories show you what you now can see. Here's one of my examples. There was a 90th birthday party being held for my dad, and one of the people hosting it was complaining about the work and about that too many people were coming, and was complaining about the fact that some of the kids, the grandkids, wanted to come, and he only wanted it to be the brothers, the sisters, the aunts, the uncles, and cousins. And he was complaining and complaining about it. And I was judging his complaints. I was thinking, what's wrong with him? I was really judging him for his complaints. But what ended up happening then is his kids and my son ended up coming to the party, and he blew up. And I was upset for a really long time about him blowing up. And then I did this tool. Here's how it went. I started off writing down his name. Dear Jeff, I'm so irritated and angry with you. Can't you see? All your worry and angst about more people coming only set you up for failure. You shouldn't complain and complain about something and do nothing about it. If you were worried that all the nephews and nieces would come, you should have thought it through. Why would they come? Should you be including them? You should find a solution. Don't just worry and complain and then do nothing about a problem you're worried about. You should have told your own kids it's an adult generation only event. They were the ones who invited their cousin. When something you don't want happens, you should be curious and find out why. Talk about it. No doubt you're going to blow up after building up so much angst with no solution. So here's how my flip turned out. I started off crossing off all the pronouns, or at least the first ones that came up that I knew that I needed to flip around. And when that was done, I came back to the beginning and I changed and started with, I can see my judgments about your angst about more people coming only set me up for failure. I shouldn't complain and judge you about something and do nothing about it. If I was sad and worried that the nephews and nieces wouldn't come or couldn't come, I could have thought it through. What was I concerned about? Should he be including them? I could have found a solution. I shouldn't have just worried and complained inside my head and judged you and then did nothing about the problem that I was concerned about. I wanted the kids to come. I could have told my own kids it's an adult-only generation event instead of leaving it open for them to come in. So when something I don't want happens, I could be curious and find out why. I could talk about it. And no doubt this blow up was so upsetting to me after I had built up so much angst with no solutions and no communication about what I really wanted and how I might have been able to find a solution for the grandkids to be able to attend a portion of the party. When I did this, I completely set myself free. I could see where I was grumbling inside, not outside, and I was blowing up inside, not outside like he was doing. And it was because I just couldn't see. I was doing things out of old automatic responses to an older brother in family situations and my emotions. And from this, I realized that whenever I'm complaining about my own situations or I'm complaining about someone else who's complaining, it's a really important time for me to get curious and do what I said here. Find the solution I want and talk to the other person. Find out if I can create a win-win with that person or how I can do it on my own. It's truly liberating. A lot of personal growth came from this, not only in my relationships, but also in the development of the things that I was doing at work and in my health. And now, looking back at that memory, instead of feeling the pain from it, the disempowerment, the judgment, I can see what I didn't know back then and remember that I can do that very thing right now. Many times, past memories come up like that because it's time to apply the wisdom from that memory in your life today.